right, guys, this is MobileGamerNerd, and we are here with Raid Shadow Legends. It's funny that I literally just kind of started getting away from this game, and they found a goddamn way to make me want to play it again. And I'll be honest, this is the first time that I'm actually considering pulling my damn shards. Like, this is the first time that I've ever really wanted to do it. And and funny enough, I said it before. I actually said it on a video. I don't remember how long ago it was or which one it was, so you're just gonna have to believe that I said it. I said that, hey, if they bring in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I would be willing to play it and see what's going on with that. So, yeah, I'm definitely excited about this one because the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are actually in the frickin' game now. I literally logged in the other day. I hadn't logged in on my Uncommon account for about 10 days. And I'm like, let me just see what's going on. And I actually started a new account. And apparently, just so you guys know, if you are interested and if you do spend money on this game, I started a new account. And apparently new accounts can actually summon 10 of the sacred shards, and you get a guaranteed Donatello. So just know that. I found it by accident because I was just kind of logging in and I'm like, oh, look at that. You can get a freaking Donatello for 10 shards. And then I got excited and thought maybe you could get it on this account, in which case we would be summoning right this freaking second. But yeah, we're not summoning right now, unfortunately, because we don't get it from this. So we have to do the shards pieces in order to get them on this. I don't know if there's a level requirement for that. If it's like anyone below level 40 doesn't get the frag, whatever it is. I don't know what it is, but I just know if you start a new account and you really want to spend money on the game, 10 sacred shards and Donatello is yours. So let's take a look at this path. Chase hub. We still haven't gotten Lamency, which is funny enough. We're going to get, oh, actually, no, we did get her. We are going to get the 2-star on her. I'm probably not going to be doing phase 2. I have no idea. It's not really in my interest. I don't really care. However, Michelangelo, on the other hand, I am disgustingly excited about this. Like, this is actually going to make me want to pull my shards, guys. Like, it's actually getting to that point where I might just say screw it, because we're not really playing it as much as we were anyway. So this might give me some excitement again. But yeah, let's look at Michelangelo. He's actually kind of the worst one, funny enough, out of all of them from what I saw. I just did like a quick look through. He attacks 2 times. If either hit is critical, he places a 50% attack buff on this champion for 2 turns, which isn't bad. I mean, it's more attack. Who cares, right? Then he attacks 1 enemy before attacking. Before attacking, has a 75% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense debuff for 2 turns. So he has an increased attack and a decreased defense. That's 60%. Has a 75% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn. Will ignore 25% of the target's resistance if the attack is critical. So obviously having some crit on this guy is going to be exciting. Then he applies a debuff spread effect, taking all debuffs from the target and placing them on all enemies. Will ignore 25% of each target's resistance if the initial attack was a critical. So it looks like a lot of his skills are going to be based upon crit. So that's kind of cool. I mean, you're going to probably build him with crit anyway, so you might as well. Attacks all enemies finally. I was kind of annoyed he didn't have more AoEs for some reason. I don't know why it bothered me. It doesn't really matter, but I'm just saying. All right, attacks all enemies, has a 75% chance of placing a 50% decrease attack debuff and a freaking leech debuff for 2 turns on everyone. So everyone's getting decreased attack and everyone's getting a leech. Will ignore 25% of each target's resistance if the attack is critical, once again. And then he places a taunt buff. Now, this is where things got a little bit weird for me. He's the only one that I really looked at the skill kit for. So this is where it got a little strange for me. And I was like, why the hell would you put, because he's an attack-based champion. I was like, why the hell would you put a taunt on an attack-based champion, which pissed me off. Then I moved forward and I went into the passive, and I now understand why. So he has a 15% chance to evade an enemy's skill and all of its accompanying effects. If the champion is under a taunt buff, the chance to evade increases to 30%. So right off the cuff, he's got a 30% chance to just dodge your attack. So that's good. Whenever Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo, and Raphael attack, this champion joins that attack. Seriously, I have a feeling, because every single one of them seems to have this skill set. So if you have all 4 of these guys, I have a feeling you literally are going to have the new meta, because they just constantly, you're going to have 4 people getting a 4-person attack, right? Or a 2-person attack, which is kind of crazy. Here we go. Places a shield buff equal to 300% of this champion's attack on this champion for 1 turn when they receive a damn hit. Are you kidding me? If you got a 5,000 you know, a 5,000 attack, which I've seen people with 7. I mean, you're getting a 15,000 HP shield every. This is like the new. What's his name? What's that guy's name? The dude that gets the shield that everyone hates. Oh my god, it's gonna piss me off. It starts with a V, doesn't it? Who knows? Either way, you know who I'm talking about. It's gonna piss everyone off. So I have a feeling this guy is gonna be much better than he looks on paper. Kind of, even though on paper he looks kind of cool. Love the design. I'm glad they didn't go with the. He's kind of like a mixture of the new version that is really bad and the old version that's really good. So I actually like what they did with these guys. So that's Mikey. He's the party dude. Let's get out of here. Now, all the other ones are in different. I thought they were all going to be like Lizard or something. They are not. They are not all in Lizard. Let me see. Which one was in? I don't remember which one was in which set. Okay, so Mikey is Bannerlords. I think one of them was in Sacred Order. Yeah, April. So April's in Sacred Order. So she's pretty cool. She's the only one that I don't honestly like the design. I wish they did her. They didn't do her so dirty. She kind of just looks like a regular epic. Yeah, like I said, it's not terrible, but she's my least favorite of all of them so far. All right, so attacks one enemy, has a 50% chance of placing a stun, freeze, sleep, provoke, fear, true fear, or petrification. Holy crap, she's got every single thing. All right, so we're at the point where we're talking about heroes that I haven't seen yet. Then places a perfect veil buff on the champion for 2 turns. Damage is based on attack. That is disgusting. We have to show. We have to actually press show to see all the debuffs that she can place on someone. Now, I have a feeling that's going to come into play with this kit. Attacks one enemy, has a 75% chance of stealing all buffs from the target. Also has a 75% chance of stealing 100% of the target's current turn meter. All right. Then has a 75% chance of placing a nullify debuff and a seal debuff on the target, which I don't even know what that is. Passive effect has a 25% chance of activating the explosive scoop skill on an enemy when they gain an extra turn or an instant turn effect. If there are multiple champions on the team with the skill, only one will activate based on attack. Is this going to show? Here we go, more info. Nullify. Champions under Nullify debuff cannot have their skills activated, so that's awesome. Yeah, either way, good skill. Places a 50% increase accuracy buff on all allies for 2 turns. Also decreases the turn meters of all enemies by 20%. Jesus, she's got all kinds of turn meter drops. That is crazy. Passive effect. Whenever the enemy has their skill activated, team up with allies to attack, gains an extra... What? Whenever an enemy has their skill activated. That's... What? Teams up with allies to attack, gains an extra turn or an instant turn. As their skills cooldowns decreased, gets their shield value increased, gets their destroy HP restored, has their HP swapped by allies or by themselves, evades an enemy, effect skill. What the has a turn meter equalized or has their HP balanced from a skill, decreases all enemies' turn meter by 10%, occurs once per skill. All right, and if there are multiple champions on the team with this skill, only one will activate. Active effect. Whenever enemies remove, transfer, or decrease the duration of any debuff to 0, decreases the turn meters of all enemies by... What the... Oh my god. Yo, this is ridiculous. Am I the only one seeing this? Good afternoon, Valdez. It is good to see you. Oh my god, what's her thing? Is it 28% in arena battles? Holy crap. I think Raid just created a new meta. Holy shite, dude. Alright, so that's April. Alright, so April's good. I forgot which one these guys were in, so we're gonna have to kind of scoop through. Here we go. Raphael's Barbarian. So Raphael is the least impressive of all of them as far as the design. He has no flames or anything. It'd be cool if he had, like, you know, his glowing, because, you know, Mikey has the glowing sticks. It'd be cool if his had, like, some kind of a red hue. They do have blood dripping from them, so I guess that's something. I just wish they didn't have that. And honestly, I know this is probably going to go against what everyone thinks, but Raphael is my least favorite one of the turtles. I have always been a Donatello, Michelangelo kind of person. Leonardo is, like, the 3rd on my list, and then Raph, because, I don't know, he always just seemed like kind of a bitch. He's always the angry one, and I get it. If you're a rage monster, you probably like him the best, and that's okay. If you have internal trauma, Raphael's probably your favorite. He is also kind of one of the more badass ones who will just jump in and kill anyone, but, like, yeah. He is my least favorite turtle, but I still love him. All right, attacks one enemy 2 times, places a block revive debuff if the target is killed. Each critical hit fills this champion's turn meter by 10%. Damage is based on attack. I mean, block revive is not bad. I can't say it's bad. Attacks all enemies will ignore shield and block damage buffs if attacking under a berserk debuff placed by this champion. If the champion is not under a berserk debuff placed by themselves, the damage inflicted against enemies under shield buffs is increased by 50%. Really? Wow. Each critical hit fills this champion's turn. All right, so just from what I'm seeing from this right now, if you're putting all these guys together, yeah, they did forget Splinter, and I'm great, by the way. Sorry, my thing doesn't my chat thing doesn't update, so if I don't answer you right away, just know that I have to reset my chat every like 2 seconds to make sure that I'm not missing anything. But yeah, no, it's definitely, so she is awesome. Like April O'Neil is so far like the most disgusting kid I've seen in a while. But it looks like what they're doing here is they're actually making a team that can almost counter every single thing in this game. Just so you guys know. Like, so far we've got a hero that can block damage. They can punch through shields, punch through block damage, can do more damage if there's a shield on him. You've got a hero that can put up his own shield. You've got block, block everything. You've got every single debuff in the game so far. If we have one hero that's just going to strip, if we have a strip hero, I don't even know, did she have a strip? I don't remember if she had a strip or not. If anyone has a strip, this is over. Like, it's done. It's Turtle Mania for the rest of the year. Attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit will ignore 20% of the target's defense. Yeah, team fight. Yeah, they are going to fight. Pretty much as close as the same. And his is going to be all murder, right? We'll ignore the target. We'll ignore 20% of the target's defense. Places a perfect veil buff and an unkillable buff on this champion. Holy shit! On this champion for 2 turns. If the target is killed, if the target survives, places a berserk debuff on this champion for 2 turns. Instead, this debuff cannot be resisted or blocked. All right, let's see what his passive is. All right, so there's the same passive. He will always attack. So anytime somebody attacks, he's attacking. Team fight. Places a berserk debuff on this champion for 1 turn. When any champion dies, so if anyone dies, he gets berserk. And then has a 20% chance of granting an extra turn when attacking under a berserk debuff placed by this champion. So let's take that into, just break that one sentence down for 1 second, all right? So basically he has an extra turn when he's under berserk. So if he's under berserk, he's going to attack, all right? Then he's going to get another attack. And if I'm reading this right, you're going to have one of the other turtles, because they all have this skill, or all of them, are going to join in that attack, basically. Because they all have this skill, right? So whenever one of them attacks, this champion will join that attack. So basically, if you have all 4 of them in the team, he's going to get 2 turns. I don't know if this is going to activate the team attack twice, because it just says that whenever they attack. It doesn't say any specific, or no, you can't counterattack, nothing. It just says whenever they attack. That's how it's read. So that means if he has a berserk skill, you can get 8 hits on something in 2 turns. That is disgusting. Holy crap. Yeah, I'm telling you, honestly, this is literally going to be the new meta, having every turtle. Like, they're all going to go crazy spending their money to get the turtle. All right. Well, Jesus, he's really good, too. All right. So let's keep moving. Sacred Order we went through, right? That was April. I don't remember if High Elves had any. I don't think so. I haven't looked at Shredder yet once, by the way. I don't even know where he is. Ogren Tribe, is any of them in here? Because I didn't read the thing. You know what? Why don't we just look and see where they're at? Let me just look real quick, because I don't want to dig around for them. We'll go in here. We're going to go into, was it news? All right, general news. Here comes Turtles and Raid. All right, so we've got Leonardo is what? Void. Oh, wow, he's Void. So Shadowkin, yeah, that makes sense. So we got Shadowkin, Lizardmen, and Shadowkin. Okay, so that's it, right? Because we didn't do Donatello, did we? Donatello is Lizardman. So we need Lizardman and Shadowkin, and that's it. There's 3 left. All right, let's get out of here. So yeah, because we did 3 already. So we're going to go into Lizardmen next and look at the turtle. Here we go, Donatello. Let's see what Donnie is all about. All right, so, God, I love him. See what I mean? This is what I was talking about. Like his thing with like the purple, sick. The blood kind of ruins it for me on the on Raphael. All right, attacks 1 enemy, heals all allies immediately. Disgusting. Heals all allies by 5% of this champion's max HP. Instantly activates 1 random continuous heal buff on all allies. So that basically means if they all have continuous healing, you're basically getting a double heal. So that's fun. So right now you're getting a 5% heal to everyone. All right. This doesn't activate yet because we don't have a continuous heal yet. Now he attacks all enemies, decreases the cooldowns of all ally skills. Oh my freaking god. Except this champion's by 2 turns. This skill's cooldown cannot be decreased by other cooldown decreasing effects. Place a 30% increased speed buff on all allies for 2 turns. So now we've got somebody who is decreasing everybody's skills by 2 turns, except this champion. So he's going to do everyone else. All right. And he can't have his decreased. All right. So this skill cannot be decreased. So that's at least something to kind of stop them from just making him insane. But he is insane already. So he's going to speed up your team, and 2 turns is nothing to joke about. That's basically, except this shit, decreases all cooldowns. So that means that he's probably going to end up being used in unkillable teams. So you're going to have a new meta with that too, because he can drop it by 2 turns. That's crazy. All right, next. Removes all debuffs from all allies. So there you go. You got a stripper for you. Places continuous heal buff by 15% and a 25% strengthen buff on all allies for 2 turns. Also fills Terminator. Oh, Jesus Christ, these guys are ridiculous. Oh, I think I might have left Raid at the perfect time. Wow, this is crazy. This is literally the team that's going to win everything for the game. Like, you can literally beat everything in this game with these 5 guys. Like forget Arena. Obviously, Arena's crazy, and I'm sure there's teams that can beat these guys. But as far as just content in the game as it stands, it almost looks like these turtles can literally wipe the entire game out. So if you get these guys, all 4 of them, you win the game. That's basically what I'm seeing right now. They literally have every goddamn skill in the game. Every single skill between the 4 of them. All right, let's see. Passive effect. Whenever Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo, or Raphael attack, same thing. Active effect. Whenever an ally is about to receive a fatal hit, of course he's going to save them. This champion prevents that ally's death, and there's another skill to their list, and keeps them alive with 1 HP, then equalizes that ally's HP. The HP level of that ally will be brought up to the average HP level of the team. If there are multiple champions on the team with this skill, only one will be active. All right, so that's that. So now you got basically a savior in the team. And remember, guys, this healing thing was 15%, right? Yeah, 15% continuous. So basically, if he has the continuous heal buff going the whole time, or at least every other turn, you're getting a 20% HP heal every time he attacks with his A1. That's so crazy. That is ridiculously crazy. All right, let's go. Shadowkin, our 2 favorites, and in my favorite faction as well. All right, we'll save Shredder for the end. Where is Donnie? Where's my... Wow, there's a lot of... There you go. My 2 boys. All right, so Leo. Oh, God, he's awesome in this. They actually made him the samurai one. I like that. They kind of turned him into samurai Leo. I'm happy they decided to do that. All right, let's see what this guy's all about. Attacks one enemy 2 times. When counter-attacking, will repeat this attack against a random enemy. So that's nice. So there's that... All right, so that's only counterattacking. That's not when he attacks based off another turtle attacking. Will ignore 3% of the target's defense for each buff on this champion. Stacks up to 15% for each buff on this champion. So we already know that we're going to be buffed to hell. So, yeah, he's going to basically get that to 15% pretty quickly, I think, just looking at the team. Places a 60% increased defense buff on all allies for 2 turns, and a 50% ally protection buff on all allies except this champion for 2 turns. Also places unkillable buff and counterattack buff on this champion for 2 turns. So basically he's going to increase everyone's defense and do an ally protect, and he'll be a counter. So basically if anyone attacks him, he's going to counter and also protect everyone else. So that's fun. And then he also attacks all enemies. Okay, this one looks crazy. All right, attacks all enemies. The damage inflicted by this skill will increase by 5% for each buff on all allies and enemies. Okay. So is there a limit on that? Removes all buffs. There's you go. There's your strip. Removes all buffs from all enemies if this attack kills an enemy. All right, so you have to kill someone, so at least there is a stipulation to it. The effect cannot be resisted. So basically you just make him stupid strong based on defense and make him kill somebody in 1 hit, and you got yourself a buff strip. Obviously not really good for a boss unless they have ads, but still great for the arena. Turtle ally, or for anything actually, to be honest, will ignore 15% of the, how does this work? Turtle allies, 3 turtle allies. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3. Okay, here we go. So with 1 turtle on the team, will ignore 15% of each target's defense per each Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo, and Raphael on the team. Does not count this champion. So that means you will ignore 45%. That's so crazy. Is that just on this? This is a passive. Yeah, so this is this for all turtles? Or is this just for him? I have a feeling it's just for him based on the turtles that are in the team. Because he's the leader, right? So that makes sense. Turtle allies. Increase the damage dealt by the skill. Yeah, it's just this. In proportion to this champion's missing HP. All right, so that's not crazy, but still good, especially if he has a lot of HP, which he won't, more than likely. He's going to have a decent amount, but he's going to be probably more based on defense. So I would assume that would be something a little bit different. Sorry. And then we've got, if there's 3 turtle allies, activates this skill whenever an ally's HP drops below. Holy crap. Yeah, Leo does make it all come together. Holy crap. He activates this skill whenever an ally's HP drops below 50%. Occurs once per skill. If there are multiple champions on the team with the skill, only one will activate. So basically, if somebody gets hit besides him, he's just going to wreck them and strip them. Jesus, that is insane. No, this is a passive. This is a passive for, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see how that works. Places a stone skin buff on this champion. Of course, there's stone skin involved. For 1 turn, each time this champion's HP drops below 50% occurs once per skill. How the holy stuff, dude. All right, so what that means is that every time someone does it, it doesn't say once per turn. It said it occurs once per skill. So every single time somebody attacks him and he has less than 50% HP, he's going to put up a stone skin. How is that even fair? Holy crap, dude. That means you basically have to deal with a stone skin every single time you try to kill him. Yeah, the arena's done, guys. Like, you aren't gonna, if you're gonna see these turtles in every single fight, and you're not gonna want to play any arena. I mean, I don't play arena anymore anyway. I mean, you can tell I'm at 0. I'm in bronze 1, but I don't really play the game as much anymore. So there's that. But let's look at Shredder and see what he does now. All right, so imagine he's like the worst one. He's just terrible. If they made Shredder terrible, I'm gonna laugh. All right, let's see if Shredder can live up to the hype. Attacks 1 enemy 3 times. yeah. Imagine Leo at all. Like, just imagine all 4 turtles. Like, forget their skills, forget their leveling them up, forget getting relics, forget the best gear in the game, forget any kind of thing. Literally just having all 4 turtles, you win Raid Shadow Legends. Like, you're done. You already won. And if you get April, your dungeon team's complete. All right, so let's see what he does. Attacks 1 enemy 3 times. The second and third hits of this skill will ignore 5% and 10% of the target's defense, respectively. The second and third hits of this skill will deal 10 and 20% more crit damage. All right, that's not bad. Based on HP, huh? All right, so I mean, that's honestly, sadly enough, that's a great skill, and it's still shittier than all the other 4 turtles combined. It's like every other one had a better skill. All right, attacks all enemies 2 times. Each critical hit destroys the enemy's defense by 5%. That's actually cool. Stacks up to 30%. Each critical hit also increases the champion's max HP by 5%. So basically, he destroys each hit, and that's each hit. So he's destroying your defense by 10% each round. So within 3 rounds, your defense is now negative 30. And within 3 rounds, his HP is going to be 30% higher. So that's crazy. And his skills are all based on HP, which means he does more damage by 30% as that goes up. So there's that. All right. And he has a leech effect also. So that's kind of cool, right? Each hit has a 75% chance of placing leech debuff. This debuff cannot be resisted if this champion is under a veil or perfect veil buff. All right, cool. Attacks all enemies before attacking, steals all buffs from a single target enemy. This effect cannot be resisted if the champion is under a veil or perfect veil buff. Fills this champion's turn meter by 15% for each buff stolen. All right, before attacking, steals all buffs from a single target. So he does hit everyone. Will ignore 15% of this enemy's defense, as well as shield and block damage buffs, if this champion is under a veil, perfect veil buff, or ignore 30% of each of the enemy's defense instead. Yeah, I mean, I think all of them could, at this point, they almost all can solo a damn boss. Jesus Christ. So far, like, from what I'm seeing, he might be... because he's going to steal buffs. He steals all buffs. Now, does that mean everything? So does that mean he can steal Stone Skin? So like they might be making him, because look, he's a single target damage dealer. So basically, he's going to be making himself stronger every round. All right, he can kill somebody pretty quickly. He attacks 3 times and ignores defense. So there's that. He can put up a leech so he can heal himself. He can veil, and he can lower their defense and all that so far, right? That's where we're at with that. Attacks enemies, this is the one that steals all buffs, right? This one does the leech. So he can heal himself, he can steal buffs, and he can veil himself. And then his passive decreases all incoming damage by 30%. This damage is split equally among all allies except this champion. Really? So basically he's doing a split on himself? Well, that's the thing, is that I mean, I know that it's annoying, but at the same time, I think they actually specifically made him this way. The damage is split equally among allies. So basically so he decreases the damage coming and then splits the 30% that goes to everyone else. Is that good? A damage split to a tank? Because he kind of is a tank, right? So why would he split damage to everyone else? I mean, I guess that's good. Increases. I mean, it's better than a an ally protect, because the ally protect, all the damage goes to you from everybody, and that just kills your tank. So I kind of see how this is useful. I'm not like shitting on it or anything. It's just weird because I don't think I've ever seen it that way. Increases this champion's damage dealt by 50% for each dead ally. Well, that's nice. So basically, you give everyone 30%, let them die, and then you got 45% more attack damage. Jesus Christ. So he's a campaign farmer. All right, so there you go. 45% more damage when everyone on your team dies. So this guy's a nightmare type. He's a nightmare campaign farmer. Literally, he's awesome. Whenever this champion loses 20% of their max HP in one attack, has a 100% chance to evade the next attack. That's annoying. When this guaranteed evade effect activates, places a perfect veil buff on this champion for 2 turns, and has a 50% chance of placing a true fear debuff on all enemies for 1 turn. The true fear debuff cannot be resisted. And he has HP by 33%. So he really is, honestly, they actually built him correctly. He's kind of a hard counter to all the turtles. Because he can actually, I mean, he's not going to be the best thing. He's not going to be like, I don't think you're going to be able to beat them all with just him. But he's definitely a hard counter to those turtles. Like, he's got skills that can kind of counteract almost all the turtles' skills. So they actually did this kind of like the cartoon. Like, he is their nemesis. So they made him the nemesis. Yeah, basically, he is a bad guy. That's what he is. He's the bad guy. He's going to let everyone else die and then kill everyone. Oh, my God. So these guys are awesome. This is the first time you're going to hear me say this. Like, literally the best heroes I've ever seen added to this game. Like, not even just because I love the turtles as themselves. Like, it's just they really are a really solid set of freaking heroes. Like, they do everything. There is nothing that I can think of so far. I mean, I think the only thing I might have not seen was a heal reduction, which who the hell gives a shit when you're doing all that damage and getting 8 attacks? You won't even need heal reduction anymore. So, like, yeah, it's just a disgusting group of heroes. Like, they're all good. And everybody's going to get Mikey. It looks like you're going to have to kind of struggle through. Where is it? Where is that? This is what we're looking at, events. So it looks like you're going to have to struggle through some events. As much as I love the turtles, yeah, Ray definitely put some thought into this. Maybe it's because they're losing players, because they're doing the same shit every week. Like, even this isn't enough to make me, like, I love the turtles, don't get me wrong. Like, I love them. I think this is great. And if I love this game as much as everyone else, I would 100% try to get through this. I don't care enough to actually do it, just because I hate their events, and I don't care what they put here. I'm not doing it, so that's me. But if I was one of those players, and if you're a player that really likes playing this game and like getting heroes, and you're ever deciding, hey, maybe I should get this one, or if I'm going to spend money, I'm going to do it. Like, this is really a time to do it, because you're going to be getting a solid group of champions. These don't look to be too bad. Dungeon Divers, Gear Enhancement, Champion Training. They're all pretty standard events, so I don't think they're going to be too hard to do if you guys are going to try. Let me see. Yeah, it's not even that they're hard. I just don't have the time. Like it's not a job for me. I just don't have the time. Champion training is not so bad. It looks like you've got on here, and you never hear me say that you should go for something like 100%. Like this is the first time that I'm like, yeah, 100%. You should go for these guys if you are one of those people that loves doing these. Ice Golem's alive right now. Classic arena takedowns coming out in tag team. None of these seem that bad. And actually, the only thing that would stop me would be the champion chase. So as long as you have some summons, kind of sitting around, you can get 15 of these pieces just from summoning up to 3,000. So you don't even have to go all the way to 10,000. But I'm assuming, while this loads, I'm assuming the number one prize is going to be something disgusting. Let's see if I'm right. And I am right. Look at that. So you can get another 15. Somebody's already at 5,000. So you already got somebody halfway to the turtle. And that's crazy. What are these for? These are for turtle. These are Radiant Sun Lily. These are the new relics, I guess. So yeah, you can get 30 from this if you're like a whale. Otherwise, you get 15. I honestly, depending on I would wait till the end. If you have a bunch of summons, I wouldn't go for this. Right off the cuff. I would wait to see if these people are fighting. If you get into a group that has a bunch of people fighting over the top spot, you're better off just getting your 3,000. So summon to 3,000 and then just wait the 2 days out and see how far they go. These are going to jump super high. I'm telling you, people are going to be wasting money for these guys. These guys are going to be probably the hardest heroes to get in a tournament. Yeah, but they don't even need a revive, do they? They're missing a revive, but they don't even need it, do they? Because they literally just constantly keep themselves alive. With they have defense, they have strength bonuses, they have stone skin, they have shields. They're almost unstoppable. This is actually making me want to go and watch a video on somebody using these guys on the test server, because I have a feeling it's going to be disgusting. Like I'm going to have to log into like Hell Hades or something tonight and just to kind of see what these guys are capable of, because what I'm reading is ridiculous, and I don't say that like very lightly. Like I'm usually like, oh, it's okay, that's cool. Oh, they're bad. Like these guys are awesome, but it looks like the quests aren't too bad. Let me go in here. Let me just see the whole thing in the chase hub. No, chase hub. We don't want chase hubs. We don't want that. We want news. Here we go. News. Snooze your news. All right, so let's see. Does this have all the events on this? Michelangelo Chase. He can't be summoned. Event Dungeon. Face off against the Shredder. Get the strongest champions. So there's 8 new relics. There's Thunderous Circle. There's a bunch of different ones that are coming straight from this. Yeah, I mean they're gonna get. They'll get nerfed, right? They're all going to get nerfed. That's what's going to happen. So it looks like there's a bunch of mythical new... I'd have to see what these are. I don't know if they're turtle related. I'd have to look at them. New badge. Collect all 6 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle champions while they're available to earn the Pizza Time badge. Of course there's a Pizza Time badge. And show off your achievement. That's not all. If you manage to collect all 6 Turtles champions by November 13th, you'll also get a gift that contains an exclusive avatar for Shredder, Zeba's Certitude, relic, and a bunch of other in-game goodies. Yeah, good luck to that, getting all 6. Getting 1 is enough. Getting 1. We've also added color coding to relic descriptions to make them easier to read. Numbers that provide benefits and are upgraded with relic levels are shown in green, while numbers that indicate drawbacks, whether they are upgraded with relic level, are shown in red. All right, so they added some quality of life stuff in there. Do they have the general news, maybe? Maybe it's in here? No news at the moment. Where is it? Do they have... Where is it? Donatello's Fragment event. Here we go. All right, so basically you've got Summon Rush, Champion Divers, Dungeon Divers, Gear Enhancement events. It's all the same crap. As long as you saved up, I guess it's the same as everything else. Tournaments. Yeah, I'm sure it is 10K. You could probably just buy them all, right? Dragon Tournament. I mean, it doesn't look too bad. This is just like everything else. I mean, Champion Chase is the only one that could screw you up. Champion Training Tournament, also, you can get 10 plus fragments there. So, I mean, like I said, Am I going to go for this? No. But are you? Should you, if you are into this game more than I am right now? Yes. You can earn a total of 130 champion fragments if they top the leaderboard. Yeah, of course. If you top the leaderboard. So either way, it's just a normal event. Free gear removal forever. Remove your gear for free from now on. Yeah. Too little, too late, jack-offs. So here we go. Shows you how much I give a shit about that. So yeah, basically, let's look at the dungeon because I actually didn't even go into it yet. I want to see what the shredder is up against. Let's and we're not going in with strong heroes. Let's go in with the starting 5. Let's do that. Bring them in because why do this with strong heroes, right? You. Who else do we got? We're gonna bring in what's his face just because he's my starting 5. And then who's the other one? My other girl. Where's Valerie? That's the other one right here. We'll bring my girls in. Let's see how that goes. And we'll super rate it too because we got 15,000 energy from not playing for a while. Getting all 6 is like you're gonna have to give up your marriage to get all 6. Oh, that was sad. I'm sorry. Oh yeah. There you go. You're gonna be seeing that for a couple of rounds, guys. Oh, maybe not. Maybe he's a lot. Honestly, I started with a new account just for funsies to see what was going on, and my team got obliterated by him on stage 1. And I had a level 50 Galek, and we got obliterated. Oh, she got 2 hits that time. She got unlucky on the first time. Let's just get through as many of these fast as we can. Eventually, we'll see. He does these crazy attacks, so he's definitely going to... Look at that. She's just... I wish I could say this was impressive, but it's not. I think 20 is about as far as we ever get in this game on the event dungeons. I don't ever go higher. It'd be funny... Oh, there he goes. He actually got a skill off. It'd be funny if, like, as you're fighting him, he's like, I hate turtles! Oh, finally, we got some enemies. Yeah, what's his face champion? That's the one I always bring. I always bring that guy with the hat, or that guy who does the thing that I like. Yeah, it's probably Kraken. I wouldn't be surprised if it's all Krakens. It's just Kraken fight all night. Let's see what these guys are all about. It's funny because I was just going to make a video about this, and I was like, nah. I'm like, I didn't want to wait till Monday for turtles. They deserve more. They deserve more of my respect than that. So I was like, we'll just do it now. Next, let's just see what this is all about. We're definitely no one's going to have Mikey for a while. So, and you can't pull any of them. I don't think. All right, can you pull them from shards? I think it said only Mikey you can't pull from shards, right? So maybe you can get a pull. I'm going to say this right now for those of you who have been watching my videos for years and years and years or whatever. I am very much considering using my using my shards to get one other turtle if they do a guaranteed event. So if there is a guaranteed event for one of the turtles, I will be using shards to get him. I'm just letting you know. Well, it's not even that I'm trying to get a lucky pull. I'm not going to just summon to get the turtles. Like, I'm not going to randomly summon just for no reason. And he's going to go in the vault. Like, I'm not going to use him for this account right now. I mean, eventually down the road, I might decide to do that. And I actually have been considering just turning this into a regular account now because we're far enough where we could do that and maybe get some wins. But I also do still kind of want to beat some of the stuff over time with the teams so I can finally finish out my collections and stuff. But I mean, I don't know if I'm going to do it. Let's put it that way. Like, I'm not even sure if I'm at that point. I think we've made the point clear that you can do what you want in this game with summoning and still beat it without spending money. So it's fine. But in this scenario, I think having as many of the turtles as I can get is something that I want. So if there's a guaranteed event where they're like summon, whatever, 20 or 30 shards, we're definitely doing a video on that. And we are 100% pulling it. So just so you guys know, I've said this before in plenty of my videos. I was like, if they ever do a turtle thing, that's the only time that I would ever consider summoning. And we finally got there. We're there. So you can expect some summons if they do it. Yeah, I don't trust RNG in any way. RNG in this game sucks. Sucks horrible. There's no reason. I don't even know how far we're going to get. Like I said, I'm assuming stage 20. I mean, right now we're just using rares and we're still winning, so it is what it is, but we'll get in here. We'll try it out eventually with some legendaries once we die. I just want to see how far the starting 5 can get. I don't know how people are going to be able to even play the arena anymore. Like I feel bad for people who just started, who think that they're going to be able to get Arbiter very fast, because you're going to have to win fights, and that's going to take a lot longer to get your badges and stuff. Especially now that everyone's going to have turtles. Are you kidding me? You kidding me? Imagine walking into the arena and seeing all 4 turtles. Like, what are you going to do with that? What do you do with that, guys? You're going to be like, you know what? I give up. I want to see. Actually, we should probably look at the arena already. Let's see how many people already have like 3 or 4 of the turtles. I'm curious. This update happened when? Yesterday? I think it happened yesterday. Maybe yesterday? Because I logged into the computer this morning and it updated, I think. So, but I don't know. But I haven't logged into Raid in a few days. So actually, I don't know. Yeah, no, it had to be tonight. It had to be like this morning or last night. Start it up, baby. Because it's brand new. It's all brand new stuff, so. Because I did play the other account yesterday. Yeah, so it had to be last night or this morning that the update hit. We got some turtles in here. I want at least 2 turtles. Like, that's... And if Leo becomes the guaranteed, you are 100%... You are damn right I'm summoning it. I don't even give a one hoot. I don't care what it is. I don't care how long we've been playing. I get this. This is for me, guys. I get to summon for the turtle that I want in my bank. I don't even... Armin's and Fabian, huh? Huh. Oh, that's right, Armorant. Okay, I was thinking, who's Armorant? And then I realized it was that jerk with the sleep. Yeah, he's a jerk too, but once again, you're going to have counters to that probably. They have all kinds of counters to that. And if they have... But the thing with the arena is, once again, is if you go first. So really, it depends on what their skills are. It depends on what skills the turtles kick off right from the start. So this might be the end of our rare run. I figured we would at least try it and see how far we can get with our little rare friends. Give them some banking. We don't have reviving here, do we? No, we don't. Who died? Oh, yeah, that's not surprising. I'm like, who died? The one hero that always dies. That's who died. Yeah, if you ever see Armin's in the arena by himself, probably you're going to die. Like, that's just how he is. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, it would depend on how their passives work as to whether or not they're going to be good against someone like Armorants, which I think they do. They have plenty of passives. So I have a feeling Armorants is going to be a joke. He's going to literally go in the garbage. That's not true. He's still going to win fights because not everyone's going to have all 4 turtles. That's like cracking. It's funny. You're going to see the arena just turn into all turtles. It's going to be ridiculous. Every single person has every turtle. They actually won that. Good for you. All right. I'm surprised they won that. All right, let's give it... I don't think they're going to be winning anymore, so let's get these guys out. So basically stage 15 is about where rares become whatever. I'm sure you could beat it with rares going forward, but it would just be annoying and I'd have to play with the team a little bit. So let's start bringing in some other friends. Now we have ads, so we got to take them out and stun them as best as possible. We're going to want some reviving. So we're definitely going to bring in my girl here. And we are definitely going to want some some stoppage. We're going to put him in the front because these guys are going to start hitting like trucks, so we definitely want some defense. I'm actually going to be honest. I don't even know if I really want him. He's the strongest. Actually, no, we're trying. I want to test him out. We're definitely going to want Mithrala, and I'm going to try. I would love to bring in. I would love to bring her in. Nah, we're not doing that. It's going to be too annoying. I'm going to have to make a new team and stuff. It's I'm like, All right, so we got Revive, we've got Shields, Removal of Buff, we've got Freeze, we've got Crowd Control, we've got Healing, Speed Up. What else do we want in here? Maybe more damage. I'm thinking, yeah, I want to bring somebody out of this team. I think what we're going to do is... It's a tough one. I think we'll bring Darkhail for now. Let's just see how that goes. It is definitely Cowabunga time. It would be cool if they made, if Raid was like really a good game, like if they were like really trying to make new content for people, they shouldn't just be throwing out, this event sucks. Like I'll give you, it's the same shit as it was before, right? So the event itself sucks. The heroes are cool. Like, oh wait, we gotta summon things and play the same crap we've been playing forever. Like, look at every other game you play. Like, and this is honestly why I don't care about Raid anymore, and why I said I just like playing it for funsies, and I don't really give a crap about getting anything, because you're just playing the same thing over and over again. If they were smart, they would create a turtle campaign in which you could at least get one of the other turtles. You know what I mean? And then play through, and you get to fight Bebop, Rocksteady. Like, make some bosses, make something fun that could go on for like 6 months. I would much rather that than whatever this horseshit is, because it's just garbage. Like, you're literally just fighting a dungeon with one enemy over and over again 20,000 times. Like, zero originality, which is why I'm moving away from Raid. Like, it's just not an interesting game anymore. They don't do anything fun. It's just, oh, look at this cool new hero. Like, that's all it is. So if you're kind of new to Raid, and by new I mean like you've been playing for like a year or so, yeah, this is going to be great. You're going to love this event. You're going to probably have fun getting Donatello. Like, you're going to enjoy it. After like 3 years where you've beaten most of the game and you're kind of through it, like, you're going to see that this is literally just a regurgitation of the same thing they do every 6 months. So it's like, there's nothing fun here. Like, I'm not even paying attention to the fight anymore. I'm just throwing heroes in and talking to you guys, because I'm not even looking at the screen, to be honest. But that's just kind of why I don't care as much. However, I do want a turtle because it's fun, and I just like coming back to show people like what's going on with the game. But it's going to be the same thing. However, the heroes are cool as hell. I mean, just imagine if they had like a surfing stage, just anything, just something new. Like, they suck at new things. It's funny because I honestly think they might be losing players. Like, because you have to see, like, what have they added in the last like almost 4 months? They added the double super raids to Minotaur finally. People have been asking for that for what? Ever. And they finally added it. So they're like, I guess we're losing people because people don't want to farm Minotaur anymore. So they added that. They added that quality of life stuff for people who left for a while and came back, so you can actually unlock all the potion keeps and stuff and do all that. They've been adding things that I'm just like, huh, that's interesting. Like, they were so against all these things for so long, and now they're adding them. Yeah, I'm sure they did. And then they add this, where you just got to pay a lot to get stuff. Oh, wow, look at that. What is this? Is this dwarves? Is this a new set? Chronophage. See? I didn't even know what this was. HP, resistance, speed. Grants the wearer one immutable stack at the start of the round. Each immutable stack blocks a single attempt at increasing the wearer's skill cooldowns. Grants the wearer 2 immutable stacks, and then at 3 immutable stacks. Each immutable stack blocks a single attempt at increasing the wearer's skill cooldowns. Okay. I guess that's good. That's like once again, it's like an unkillable kind of set. That's probably what that's for. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's not a bad game. It's just boring. Like, there's nothing new. Like, look at every other game that you play. It's when they add an event, they actually add an event. Like, I think they're just adding events too quickly to add heroes to the game so that people want to spend more money to get more heroes. Like, that's it. It's just a constant cycle. So, if you want to keep players, yeah, you might want to consider just adding a stupid... Like, how long have we had campaign? Like, just add a new area of the campaign. They could fix a lot of this game just by adding new areas of campaign. Like, oh look, it's a new continent, and all of a sudden you got 8 more levels to beat or whatever. Something. It doesn't even have to be 8, to be honest. It could be 5 new areas with all the way up to Nightmare again. Like, and just make them a little bit harder. Boom, you got something else to do. Yeah, basically it's a counter lockout. A lot of those sets are hard to come by. This one's not that bad. Like this one, these are the ones for the event dungeons are actually pretty easy. And if you have enough energy or gems to get energy, you pretty much can get whatever you want. I don't even remember that. Was that a long time ago, or was that something that I missed? Was that something on the website, the little mini game? Is that something that they just kind of did on the website? Like, I didn't play any of those mini games, like the ones where you have to leave the game to go to their website because they want you to look at their deals. I never do those. Like, hey, you can get a free spin on this wheel if you just answer a dumb question and spin this wheel on a different website. Like, dude, just put it in the game. Yeah, that's probably why I never did it. Oh, let's see what we got here. We got an accuracy banner for dwarves, even better. And we got this. We're actually getting some reasonable gear here, though. I'll tell you that. This account is literally the only thing this account suffers from is gear because I never farm it. So, but we have 15,000 energy, so maybe we could just get if we can beat stage 20 on this. Well, I mean, when we beat stage 20, I would say we could literally just auto farm it if we really want gear that bad. I mean, I don't mind a wheel spin, but it's just like I don't want to leave the game for your event. Like, if you have an event, it should be in the game. Just put it in the damn game. Like, hey, look, click this tab, and it doesn't go to another website. Every time games have that, it always pulls you out of the game, and then you have to reload the game that you just reloaded to get into just to go to their stupid thing. So it's like, eh. So that's why I don't do them anymore. Exactly. Like, you get pretty much most gear. Like, all my heroes are pretty much built to where I want them. Like, I'm not even worried about their builds anymore. Like, I don't care because they're already built to the point where they can do most of the stuff in the game that I need. So the only time that I really need to think about stuff is when I'm trying to beat new content, which few and far between at this point. Go Dark Kale, baby. All right, so we do have a smite up. If you could ever... Oh, of course, they killed the one guy that had smite, right? I forgot that Dark Kale has lifesteal on. And I also forgot that it doesn't matter if he dies, because we can revive him. We didn't have a reviver before. See? There you go. Is that... Who is that? Oh, it's a rhino guy. I didn't even see that. So basically what they did was... They just put heroes into the fight that look like Bebop and Rocksteady. I mean, I don't like Deck of Fate at all. I don't even care what they put in it. Every event they do is just a grind. That's it. There's no real events in this game. So I can't even call them events anymore. They're just grinds. They're like, hey, which dungeon do you want to grind today for this event? Which is why I play other games now. So, hey, good for them. But you're still going to see videos on the game. Like, I'm still going to do raid videos. They're just not going to be my whole channel anymore. Dark Souls, I had to take a stop on for a second. We're going to continue. I'm at a point where I got stuck on Smo. So I'm going to wait to keep going on Dark Souls. But yeah, we've got the Amalar going on. I was going to do High Spell, but I decided not to. Literally, as I logged in today, speaking of crappy updates, High Spell is like RuneScape. So I logged in today for that, and I was like, what's going on here? They added the agility skill. Now, the game's been out for like 4 years, and I was playing it, and I'm like, what the hell? Why is my character slowing down all of a sudden? And I'm like, they added freaking agility now. So basically, whereas before, you could just kind of run around the game and do the things, and it was actually more fun than RuneScape for me for a little bit, because I didn't have to sit there and watch my goddamn agility every 5 seconds. And I was like, oh, so this is a little bit better then. So I started playing it, and it was actually pulling me out of RuneScape, and I would play that for a couple of hours a day now. And then I logged in today, and they added the agility skill, and your character slows down again. I was like, why would I even play this now? I'm like, there's no reason. Like, that was the reason I was like, this game's a little bit more fun than RuneScape right now because I don't have to worry about running around an agility course 20,000 times. But since they're a copy of RuneScape and they don't do anything else, I was like, all right, I guess we're not playing this game anymore, and I just logged out, and I haven't logged in since. I was like, all right, I guess we're not playing High Spell. I was going to do a whole series on that game, and then they added agility. And then I have Age of Magic, which we went back to. That's an older game, so I'm actually having a lot of fun with Age of Magic. At least their events are the same rotation, kind of like Raid, but at the same time, they're actually like fights. Like there's different fights, different levels. You get to use different heroes. It's not very creative, but at least it's a new thing, every day. Age of Magic actually went crazy with events. Like there's an event going on all the time, and it's kind of crazy how quickly you can build up your team in that game. I don't think I'm going to be playing it for like 20 years or anything like that, but I definitely am enjoying Age of Magic a lot more than Raid right now, just because it's new, and I think that's honestly the only reason. I'm not going to be doing like probably won't be doing like a full breakdown of every hero. I mean, I might, depending on how I get with it, but eventually, yeah, I might do like okay, so this is a maxed out this guy, and we'll do champion spotlights for Age of Magic. Right now, really, I'm just doing the RuneScape thing because I've been crafting in that. I've been doing Age of Magic. I haven't really been playing Raid at all, to be honest. And I've been flipping through games. So, like, I played that stupid Yoink game for about a week. That's why we did the video on that. Luckily, Diablo, I don't have to play every day. So Diablo videos will continue to go. Please tell me this is speed. Ah, you stupid bastard. Well, we got to 20. Well, let's just see what happens. I have a feeling we're going to start dying, but let's just give it a shot. And then I just played random games. Like I said, I played... there was a couple games that I was going to make videos for. There's one game called Heroes... I forgot what it was called. Is it not Heroes in Gear? That's the one I did the video for. That's Yoink. It's called like Heroes something or other. It looks like an old school RPG, JRPG, but it's like an idle gacha fight game. I was gonna do videos for that, but then I was like, I stopped liking it. So like, if I get bored with the game, I'm just like, nah, I'm good. Yeah, it looks like this team ain't gonna work. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind the random aspect of this or that. I'm actually okay with random because that it makes it so that you can kind of keep playing and searching for that perfect piece of gear. And I know that that's a moneymaker thing, but it's actually something that I personally do enjoy. I enjoy finding that one piece of gear that's like awesome. You know what I mean? It makes it more fun. And I also like that it also makes it so that not every team is always the same. Like Age of Magic, from what I can see, outside of they have medallions in Age of Magic, and you can update those. I knew that was going to happen. I told you, we always get to stage 20. Every single time this game is set up, stage 20 done. And basically, you can upgrade like certain stats. You can change the stats of it, and there's 4 different stats. So you can do like lifesteal, attack, HP, all those things. And that's the only, so far at least, I don't know if it changes, that's the only customization for heroes in Age of Magic that I can see. And I have a feeling that that's why Age of Magic is not going to do as well as Raid ever will. It's mainly because there's no customization. 0 customization so far in Magic. Basically, if you have a hero and you level them up and you got all the gear attached to them, you have the same hero as everyone else who did the same exact thing as you. And you can just use different teams. So you're basically just using teams to counter teams rather than having to dig around for gear. Some people might like that. That might be better for some people if you hate gears farming. All right. Whereas Raid, it's all about gear. I mean, there's like, what is there, like 30 different sets of gear now that all have different things. So you can change this up. If I want to give Mithrala, if I want to give her all accuracy so that she has tons of resistance, you can do that. Or you could put her in a ton of HP and make her shield bigger, or you can put her in a ton of defense and make her hit hard. See what I mean? Like, you have all these options, which is why I think Raid has been around for so long. That's the only reason, is because there's a lot you can do. There's always a new piece of gear you can find. There's always a new armor. There's always a new hero. So there's like always something new you can do as far as building your heroes. The content, however, not so much. Age of Magic, same thing. They don't really have much going on there, but there's a lot of clan activities in that game that are fun, and I think the raids are really fun in that game versus this game. So far, the clan activities have been infinitely better at least as far as just creating teamwork with your teams. I'm getting a bunch of free stuff. The clan stuff in this game just sucks. It's just more grinding. Like that's not an event. Once again, hey, here's an event. Who can grind more shit? Like that's once again, it's garbage. So like, Age has much better content. This has better customization for heroes. So both are good in their own way. It just depends on what you like. I hope I explained that enough. Yeah, I mean the 6-day gear, all the free gear is garbage. It should be. It basically means it's more luck. I mean, it might. I'll give it a shot, but I don't think she's going to stay alive long. Let me just say, dungeon. We'll give it a shot. I don't mind. We got a few left before we stop battle. We'll take you out. We'll bring. Well, I don't know if we need him. We'll bring Ryan in. Where are you? Where are you, baby? Where are you at, baby, Ryan? I always think Limburga is Ryan. It's not. It's this one. But I'm just saying, they look. See what I mean? Like, if I do this fast, can you tell which one I was clicking? Can you tell which one I'm doing? They all look the same. We'll give it a shot. Let's see how it goes. I don't even know what gear's on my Ryan might not even have gear. I have no. No. Everyone has gear. I have not removed everyone. I think I even re-geared that one hero I hate that I shit on all the time. I can't remember her name though. Let's see if blocking things helps. Imagine this changes everything. This changes the whole game. Exactly. Every game's gonna have its thing. Every single. I should probably take your Carl out, to be honest. I have a feeling. Oh, that's right, and it's another revive. Look at that. We could do. You know what? I have a feeling he's just gonna keep dying. Huh. There we go. So we got remove buffs. What can we bring in here to make this better? Because your Carl's just going to be dead on his face more. All right, so basically, I think this could work. So if we have these two together, honestly, the only thing about Ryan that's really making it better is that he can remove buffs. So that's probably the draw for him that I like the most, and the block buffs, obviously. But I think another hero to maybe speed the team up. Like, I would probably take your Carl out maybe and put in even someone like Gerda, to be honest. So she can throw poisons up and stuff. And she has removal of debuffs as well from the team. Yeah, she has block buffs on her A1, and then the other thing is she just removes buffs. I think she does a full weaken. She does like an AoE weaken to the whole team. So it actually removes buffs and weakens them. And then her A1 does block buffs. Exactly. So I think getting rid of your Carl at this point is probably a good idea here. Everyone else on this team I can see working down the road, except your Carl. He's too weak. He's too much of an attacker, and I don't think he's not even gonna be able to stay alive. And luckily I have Ryan pretty tanky right now, so she can actually revive. And I think having him also is gonna make her revive this dipshit instead of reviving the one she should have revived, which was, my girl, and she didn't. So that was the first mistake. So yeah, if you want to auto this, it doesn't look like it's too terrible. If you wanted to actually do 3 or 4 minute fights, I would probably just take your Carl out and bring somebody else in here who can be a little more tanky. I mean, honestly, even like a Valerie could work here because she can extend the buffs and put more shields up. Resisting, smite, a lot of smites. Imagine they gave Apothecary revive. I think having revive. Oh, that's the end of it. Actually, that's not true. Because now there's less. Unless he kills someone. Here you go. If he doesn't kill anyone, which I don't think he can. She can smite him to death. So this is a two-person team. Once again, Apothecary showing that he is the GOAT. So dumb. Look at this. Oh my god, I love it. So basically just kill all the ads and make sure Mithrala and Apothecary are good. Oh no, there's rare revivers. I just don't use them. And there goes Apothecary. Uh-oh. So close. Look at that. For the win. Stage 20. So yeah, we just got to take him out, honestly, and bring in another support hero that can remove buffs. Honestly, probably even Gerda could work here. A couple different heroes. But that's not bad. I actually don't hate this. So we've got a team. Good job thinking about my girl there. Ryan is the best. What can we say? All right, guys. Well, that's our turtle extravaganza. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll be posting it up as soon as we end this. Thank you all for popping in and seeing what the turtles are all about. If you are interested in getting them, please go get all 4 turtles. You got to get them all. Shredder and April O'Neil, although very good heroes, get the turtles. If you're going to get any of them, get as many turtles as you can goddamn get, because you need all the turtles you can to make this game fun again. And yeah, if you want to have fun, just kick the crap out of some heroes with turtles. Go get them and have fun. All right, so yeah, thank you guys for popping in. I was going to stream on Twitch today, but apparently my login, because I haven't been using it, was screwed up. So I actually did have to go through. I just sent in a ticket and everything to get it fixed. So hopefully we will be able to be on Twitch either next week or the week after. And once again, I'm going to start posting up on YouTube when that switch happens. So that way you guys can see, that I'm actually streaming on Twitch now. So if you don't, I believe the Twitch is on my YouTube channel. I think it's at the top of Twitch. So if you guys want, make sure you guys go over to there and subscribe to that, because like I said, we're going to be pushing through on the Twitch live stream. So if you want to be a part of that, make sure you go to my Twitch and then subscribe there as well. All right. But other than that, you guys are great. Turtles are great. I love it. This is the turtliest turtle fight ever, with the best heroes I've ever seen in Raid. This is Mobile Gamer Nerd, and you guys take care.